doing? Hold on just a second. There you go. Sorry, guys. I have the camera set up this way. They had a shooting over at Smoky Crossing near our house in South Knoxville, and we went over here. We had heard about it. It's literally right by our house. They're not letting anybody come and go out of the area, which is sad because there's a lot of residents that live in this neighborhood, and they're not able to actually come and go. So let me show you guys where I'm talking about, the area. It's over here in South Knoxville. And this is it right here. And we did not actually hear the gunshot or shots. I don't want a false report, but there's a clubhouse that's right here. And apparently, from what we were told by some people that live here, they actually did hear about the shooting. We were talking to some people up here as well that had just but they had said that they shot somebody in this clubhouse. Now, we actually lived here when we first moved to Tennessee in that location, actually just right down here, believe it or not. But they have more police presence than I've ever seen, and this is just such a quiet little town. So if you guys were wanting to know what was going on, or if you live at Smoky Crossing, or if you're hearing about it, just in case this pops up, it is apparently a shooting. We don't have any details other than what we're told, that there was one shooting, maybe one person or multiples. Smoky Crossing is completely shut down, where no one's allowed to come in or leave Smoky Crossing. Normally I wouldn't come cover something like that, but we do have friends that live at Smoky Crossing, so we're a little concerned when we first heard the news that perhaps there had been something going on over here. Yeah, quiet little, just such a quiet little town. So, but yeah, if you guys are just tuning in, again, I just want to let you guys know this is right here in Smoky Crossing neighborhood, right in South Knoxville.
So I just found out from somebody that lives at Smoky Crossing that he wasn't allowed to go into Smoky Crossing. Somebody shot a cop.
Oh no!
And the windows are blown out over there, and I believe the suspect was shot and killed. That's from what he said. And they're not letting nobody into Smoky Crossing. Just if you live there, you got to be patient.
Yeah. So what we're doing, and thank you. We were just talking to a nice guy that just pulled up. When we come up here, there's several people that are up here at the church. Actually, I see more police activity. Look like coming in. Let's see. Well, maybe they're not. Look like an ambulance coming. Yep. There's an ambulance. I don't know if they're coming for this, but so I'll show you guys where we're at again. This is the Smoky Crossing. If you guys are actually tuning in, didn't want to cover a tragedy. I don't know. It's not something I would normally do, but we have a lot of friends in our area. And as I said, Christy and I actually started grading right there at this location. This is very near this. This is just maybe 3 to 5 minutes, 3 minutes from my home. And Smoky Crossing is right here. There's a walking track that goes around, and just over there, we're going to walk over in just a second. I'll show you. There was apparently, from what we're being told, I don't want to report falsely, but they're saying it was a police officer now that was shot. Maybe that's why there's so many here. But a police officer, they're saying, was shot. I don't know if that's true or not, but God, I hope not. I'm prayers already for whoever. And there is also, the police will not let you in. So I'm not going to name names, but those of you who live at Smoky Crossing that know us, you will not be allowed to enter or leave your residence for quite some time. So anyway, stand by. We're talking to some people over here. Christy is. We're going to walk. We're not allowed to go in over there, but there's a walking track. We're going to go over to the track here in just a second. We'll show you guys. So just one moment.
It sounded like it was, unfortunately, somebody shot a police officer. I don't know why. We don't know the details yet, but he said that he heard that he shot at a police officer shot back and killed the suspect. And I don't know if the police officer was injured, or I don't know the status of that, but
Lord,
it's pretty scary when it happens in your hometown.
Yeah. All right, so let's make sure the vehicle's secured, and then we'll hit the walking track and go over there so we can we'll leave them alone. But yeah, guys, and anyway, so this is right next to this big church. This is a Seymour the Baptist Church, in case you're wanting to know. We're across from Tractor Supply. Police presence as we drove by. Once again, very sad because we lived here. You are not allowed to enter or leave Smoky Crossing. I did see one car come in. I don't know what that was for, but we were told the police officers were not allowing anyone to enter or exit. So hello, if you've joined us. I'm not seeing who's on there, but if you've joined us, this is a unfortunate situation that just is live and developing just minutes from our home. We had heard that there was a gunshot. And then apparently, for whatever happened, there were several people that were reporting that there was multiple shootings, so we didn't know what was going on. We heard a lot of, in fact, we heard a lot of police running over to this area. We come over and we see this, and again, when this is right in your neighborhood, something that you just would not expect to see happen. I mean, we lived here, didn't we, Kirsten? Right there in that little place.
Yeah.
So sad to see. So, all right, hold on just one second. We'll go over and we'll see. We'll go up around this way or go that side. Did you lock that? We can walk this way. It'll be a little bit easier. So, guys, give us just a second. We're going to actually walk down to the track, and then we'll actually walk over. There's a walking trail. Most of you that know this area, people come over here and play frisbee golf. In fact, we used to love. Brayden even learned how to ride his bicycle over here on this little trail. So, anyway, hello. If you're joining us again, what we're covering right now is a situation that's developing in Seymour, in our area. It is a shooting. Now, I don't want to report falsely, but from what we're being told, we should probably go up that way. This is awful wet. From what we're being told, unfortunately, there was a police officer that was shot. I don't know what had happened, how it transpired tonight, but apparently, in maybe returning fire, Christy, did the neighbor say?
He just heard that he believes the suspect was killed.
But with a firefight, possibly with a cop.
Yeah.
Wow. So sad. That's what's going on. We're going to walk a little bit closer over here, get you guys a little bit closer. There's a track that leads right up next to that. So we're going to go over there and I'll walk you guys over. They have, I'm looking, Christy and I were talking, there's probably at least every bit of 15 to 20 police officers. I don't know who all agencies are responding, but man, our hearts go out to anybody, let alone a law enforcement officer. I've got friends that are law enforcement officers, and something like this, when you hear it happen, doesn't matter who it is, but especially if it's the men and women in blue, it just breaks your heart. So I believe we're here in police canines, and so I don't want to involve. We're going to go on this walking track, and it actually gets right up next to that, so that's where we're heading over. We don't want to bother anybody. We don't cause any issues, but again, to report, this is unfortunately a developing story in Seymour. There was a shooting. Apparently now we're finding out from a gentleman that lives here in Smoky Crossing, was told he was not allowed to leave. He actually walked up here, met someone, got a ride out, which was interesting, but find a way. And he had said when he did ask, they told him it was a police officer. We're praying that that's not the case. So I don't want to report anything that's not accurate. But if you live in Smoky Crossing, or if you have friends or family in Smoky Crossing, there was a shooting at the clubhouse. The shooting was at the clubhouse. The clubhouse is right at the very front. There's a gym, and apparently it sounds like from what happened, the return of fire, the suspect apparently was pronounced dead at the scene. Christy and I lived here for how long, Christy? 2 years? While we were waiting for our home. So this is a place that's very near and dear. I'm not going to mention any names, as I said. We got to be careful that we don't say out people's names, but we do have family and friends that have lived in this area, and friends. And right now, coming home from work tonight, they've worked all day, and now they're not allowed to enter their property because of this. So we're walking around to the back side of where this is going on. If you guys will give us just a moment, we're going to be up here where this is actually happening. And again, we don't want to report anything that's bad or in a negative way. We review you. We started to review products, places, and services and things that we see. But this is the Great Smoky Mountains, and it involves us. We're in a close, Christy, we always say family, little Christian little neighborhood. In fact, we're right here beside one of the biggest churches in the area. It just breaks my heart. So you want to leave a comment? Anybody has a question? I'm trying to look and see and walk at the same time. So, oh yes. So Smoky Crossing is completely blocked off by police tape. As you can see, it is a crime scene. Oh, that's just so sad. All of the vehicles that are left there. Hello, Miss Blankenship. Yes, ma'am. Luana Blankenship. Thank you for prayers involved. Yes, ma'am. I agree. There's some people in law enforcement right there. This is Smoky Crossing, and so those of you that know the area and know Smoky Crossing, they do have a fairly large police presence over here, and it's just sad. It just really breaks your heart to see this right in such a beautiful neighborhood like Seymour. But this is right at the entrance to Smoky Crossing. It just breaks your heart, doesn't it? So sad. Like Miss Blankenship said, prayers for all. It just makes you so sad. It looks like they've got a lot of people up here standing around. We know this clubhouse well. You can see it's still even decorated for Christmas. You know, you go up there and have family and friends in town come up, and oh, you just hate to hear these things. Now, we're not going to go back any further because it looks like they're doing an active investigation back there. As you can see where they're walking back here. And so we're not going to bother them. We know a lot of people that are in law enforcement, and we don't want to bother them. So anyway, maybe some neighbors walking around. So sad. Actually, it looks like there is some neighbors walking around that maybe relaxed a little bit. Maybe they're letting some people come up and go now. We, as I said, I respect law enforcement. I don't want to impede any investigations. I don't want to bother them. I think it's wrong for people to stick a camera in faces of tragedy, but we lived here, and the only reason Christy and I even agreed to do this is because we lived literally right there.
And we want to let people know too.
Yeah. I mean, I want to say the name, I can't, but
we have a lot of friends and people that live here, so.
Oh, and it's just so sad. So sad. So, and again, if it was an officer, let me be the first to say, if this was somebody in law enforcement, may our hearts go out to your family and all the men and women in law enforcement. It just, it breaks my heart. Again, I won't say anything, but I have a good friend I just talked to recently, that a law enforcement officer literally just said the same thing. Be safe when you go out there. You see something like this happen. So again, I'm not seeing who may or may not be coming in or on the video, but this is at the Smoky Crossing apartment complex that's located in Seymour, Tennessee. And this is the entrance to Smoky Crossing. And apparently, from what we're being told, I don't want to report wrong, but apparently there was a shooting. I don't know how many shots were fired. I don't know exactly the extent, but apparently there was a police officer involved. And from what the neighbor that lives here in Smoky Crossing was saying, the police officer must have returned fire. We don't know again who was hurt. We don't want to say anything that's wrong, but there is probably at least 15 to 20 officers up here right now. Quite a huge police presence. Looks like they have a very big scene going on up here with investigations and whatnot. Of course, you can only expect something like this happen. Yeah, I see all these cars keep turning in, and you can see over where we're located, our cars parked over there, almost a staging area. These are all residents that live at Smoky Crossing. They can access the entrance from this little trail, but they're not allowed to come and go through the actual neighborhood due to this shooting that, from what we're being told, involves an officer. So if you've joined us, I didn't see who all's on there, but this is a unfortunate thing that's breaking in Seymour. It's an officer possibly involved shooting. If you want to ask any questions, I'll see them pop up over here, but right now what's going on, all we've seen, I've not seen any ambulances come and go yet. This happened within the last hour. It is at the entrance to Smoky Crossing apartment in the, if you guys guys know that area. It's the clubhouse just right here. We're not able to go in the location, but oh, I see a crime lab worker right now coming out with gloves on working. God bless them, because you know that's not going to be
That
easy.
must have happened right there because they have the tape around where they're standing.
Correct.
So.
Well, yes, where
Yeah.
the gentleman is standing, as Christy said, we're not going to go up there. I don't think that's right, but they're gloved up, and it looks like that's the Tennessee. Oh, it is TBI, Christy.
Yeah.
So that would be the Tennessee Bureau of Investigations that's now on the scene. You can see the gentleman just over there. Let me see if I may be able to pin in. Yeah, there you go. You got TBI on the scene now. You just hate this. It sounds like there is possibly a news crew coming up behind us. Looks like there's quite a lot of people coming to the area, but just so sad. If you guys have any questions, if you have a comment, let us know. We're not going to stay here too much longer because it's pretty cold and very chilly out here. And again, we didn't want to come up here to record a potentially mad thing here, but we have friends here. We moved here when we first came to Tennessee. We lived at Smoky Crossing Apartments, and so this place is very near and dear to us. We heard that there was the gunshot in the area. We're not very far from this location. Gunshot, and then apparently it's turned into this huge police presence. There's probably at least 15 or so officers here. Tennessee Bureau of Investigations is here. So, Christina, what do you say? You know, it's the world we live in anymore.
I know.
But
bless the police.
Yeah, God bless the police. And so again, folks, we're not going to continue. There's no sense in filming anymore. I'm just going to show you guys that was what was going on. As you can see, the silhouettes of lights is kind of spooky. I don't know if you guys can see that, but this whole area is just lit up with law enforcement. Right next to the church here at the Baptist Church in Seymour, apparently there's been a shooting and possibly has involved an officer. I don't want to report falsely. But if that's the case, as I said to Christy, our hearts just go out to them. So thank you guys if you've tuned in and watched this. If you watch the replay, I'll try to answer any questions or comments, but be safe out there, folks. Thank you for watching.